Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter, when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Come on, set. 59 the flag. 59. I'm coming for you. You mine. Take 4. Take 4.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, Ryan able to find Deion Kane, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
On 1st, here's Washington. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd and 7. Mahomes. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ryan Izzo, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready, blue 80. 21. Blue 80. Check pass, check pass. Check.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go now. Check. Now the wolf. Hop on.
They go play action here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Here we go again.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, That means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson gets it off to Freeman. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week.
Nice kick.
Explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go play action. Now Mahomes looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal yardage against them.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this is Kelsey, a tight end carry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Game, stop it.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Game. I said stop.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down, but it's brought in by Washington. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Jello. Joker. Check. Girl, 15.
Draw play, Washington. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain
Good
guys,
night, beautiful. I love you.
have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second down now. It's Freeman. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Running it, Washington. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. This will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
We want it. Come to my world.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check. Hey, South. 52's the mic. You're trapped.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Catch the ball.
It's picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 77-yard punt return. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
On 2nd down, Washington. And now,
Oh.
and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Sammy Watkins, the intended target.
Check it back. Watch the shit. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll run on first down. Washington. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Washington's got it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They come out here in the eye. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This time Ryan will throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play fake. Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's third down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Got double exit. Hey, Mike's 50.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
44, Mike.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
We own them. Attack. 55. Check, 55, Mike.
From the 22, Mahomes. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Yellow. Watch the
On 1st down, it's Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Mahomes going to pull it.
Oh, I got it two-handed. Oh, that shit was open.
He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line.
I can't believe I did that dumb
Yannick
shit.
Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Lose.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill.
Nice tackle.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Easy. Mike's 50. Pick me up.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Wow.
Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
At 25.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe...
He's going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Bringing the blitz.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Deion Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On 3rd down, Washington. He's got room to run past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jackson. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for Falcons. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Here's Ryan. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he is going to be stopped cold behind. The line of scrimmage.
Freeman, incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
The Falcons on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw again is Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
And that means the playbook is still wide open, but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Staying on the ground with Washington. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Attack! Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go. Smoke.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Hey, 43, 15. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Coming. Hey, alert 3. 15.
Mahomes now on first down. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay
I thought he was barking at something out there. I didn't think he was barking to come in.
That could put you in some jeopardy.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal.
I know it's going to be hurt.
Doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ricky. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Here's
Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Come on, QB, come on. 44, Mike, 44.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again. And I think one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a Honey Badger?
That's always been the expression. The Honey Badger, he doesn't care.
They'll run on first down. It's Washington, and he loses the football a second time, and the Falcons grab it.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He's going to, and that's caught inside the 35.
I can't believe
the Falcons going to use the second of their
timeouts.
timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike, check. 51, south. Let's go, deep. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check me out. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, Jackson to the
Catch
end
the
zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. Buying time to his left. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock.
That's crazy.
However. Now for the point after.
I'm literally
And this is
standing
back
there.
to a 5-point game.
Good play, man. Good game.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They run with Washington. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Kansas City, they pick up their 2nd win now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.